What up, boxing world? It's your boy Ego, back with another video. Did you miss me? Today I want to talk about some different things. I posted some recent videos, got a lot of feedback, some comments, inbox messages, and it leads me to today's topic. Before I start with that, I want to talk about a statement made from Leonard Ellerbe, who's Floyd Mayweather's senior advisor, and this is what he told the Los Angeles Times. Manny Pacquiao can't tell Floyd Mayweather shit. If and when the fight takes place, Floyd will dictate the terms. And this is basically in reply to Pacquiao's comments. He said he'll do a 45-55 split with Mayweather, where Mayweather can have the bigger purse. He was on First Take. He was mentioning up Floyd Mayweather's name. I think really it's just a promotional hype to get his name circulating on the internet more and promote the Marquez Ford fight. Moving right into today's topic, I wanted to get with you guys to talk about the difference between a real boxing fan and some of you delusional, supposed, alleged boxing fans that you can find on YouTube. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the term delusions of grandeur, but honestly, a lot of you YouTube users suffer from this. And when you, regarding your fighters, your favorites, the fighters that you like, you definitely suffer from this. So let me give you guys a definition. Delusions of grandeur. A delusion, common in paranoia, that you are much greater and more powerful and influential than you really are. Sound familiar? That sums up a lot of you YouTube users right there. And basically, I feel the difference between a real boxing fan and some of you YouTube users is a real boxing fan is going to know the sport. When they speak, is going to be based on factual information. And this is probably one of the more important things. They're going to be objective. A lot of you guys on YouTube, you guys have the worst priorities and you have the worst arguments I've ever heard. You guys make statements like Pacquiao destroys Mayweather, knocks him out in one round. Okay, let's break that down. One, Mayweather is perhaps the most defensive-minded fighter in boxing history. If not the most, he's definitely one of them. You would put him up there with the James Tonys, and clearly he's one of the most defensive-minded. So what makes you believe that Manny Pacquiao will knock him out in one round? Another thing I hear, just Floyd's ducking. Based on what? Because if you look at Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Team Pacquiao, they have tons of excuses as to why the fight didn't happen or couldn't happen. So where's your basis on that? In as far as Mayweather and Pacquiao and Mayweather not getting knocked out in one round, look at the actual factual information. Manny Pacquiao has not had a KO or a TKO since 2009. What year are we in? It's 2012. And he hasn't had a TKO or a KO. Look it up. So for you to just assume that he's going to knock out the most defensive-minded fighter in boxing history in one round is just ridiculous. He didn't knock Timothy Bradley out, and Timothy Bradley is known as a lighter puncher. So he said he didn't feel his power and he didn't respect his power, yet you didn't knock him out. So that's just retarded. I posted the Amir Khan video. Amir Khan has stated he's looking for a December opponent. He mentioned Lucas Matisse has looked sharp in his recent fights, and that's a possible opponent for him. I simply said, Amir Khan, if you're looking for a redemption fight this December, that is not the fight that you want to take. And that's true. This is a redemption fight for him. He lost his last two. You can say Lamont Cheaterson or the 2-point deduction. It's still a loss. No matter what you say, it's still a loss. And he got knocked out most recently by Danny Garcia. So this is a redemption fight. He was talking about fighting Floyd Mayweather. His last two performances clearly knocked him down off the totem pole. So it is a redemption fight for him. I don't personally feel, based on fact, that that would be a good fight for him to come back. I think that would end his career or put him deeper in a hole at the very least. Maybe he has very reliable fans. But again, these things are based on facts. The reason I'm saying this is because Amir Khan, it appears his chin is suspect. He's been hurt, noticeably hurt. And he's the faster, usually the taller of the opponents. He was rocked in the Maidana fight. The fight with Danny Garcia, got knocked out. Bradis Prescott knocked him out in one round. You see him noticeably hurt where it looks like he's almost out of there. And that's not common for an elite fighter. When's the last time you seen Pacquiao and it looked like he was about to get knocked out in recent history or in recent memory? But as far as Amir Khan, he don't want no parts of Lucas Matthysse, especially in December. Lucas Matthysse looks too sharp, and this is what I said in the video, the previous video. He looked too sharp. He fought Humberto Soto, who had never been knocked down or knocked out in his professional career, and he TKO'd him. Jose clearly has a chin because he was taking some big shots, and he hung around till later in the fight. So for you guys to say like, oh, he'll whoop Lucas Matthysse, based on what? What leads you to believe that he would whoop Lucas Matthysse? Lucas Matthysse is an excellent body puncher, and it appears he's heavy-handed, and it appears that Amir Khan has a glass jaw. So what leads you to believe a glass chin fighter is going to knock out Lucas Matthysse? Who, keep in mind, Lucas Matthysse, when is the last fight where he looked noticeably seriously hurt? He's fought Zab Judah, he's fought Devin Alexander, Humberto Soto. He fought some quality opponents. And when was the last time he looked seriously hurt like he was about to get knocked out? Name the time in the comments, please. Yet Amir Khan, I can name a couple fights where he looked like he was almost out of there. And his most recent performance, he got knocked out. So, like I said, again, what leads you to believe that Amir Khan would knock out Lucas Matthysse? Because these are the types of comments that I'm seeing. And another thing, let's talk about a knockout. I don't think a lot of you YouTube fans that claim to be boxing fans know the difference between a KO and a TKO. So let me break it down. A KO is when someone's out cold, out for the count. They're not getting up. A TKO is where the referee intervenes or the corner, it has to be stopped. It's taking too much punishment. That's a TKO. Amir Khan, in all of his professional fights, has one KO on his resume. That was to Zab Judah. And as you guys know, if you're really boxing fans, Zab Judah has some mental lapses where he gets frustrated and his game plan's not working and he starts falling apart. And when he fought Amir Khan, I don't think he definitely wasn't out cold, but I think he kind of just gave up. He thought it was a low blow and he just wasn't in the fight. It just mentally wasn't there. But it clearly wasn't Amir Khan knocking him out cold. And that's what a knockout is. So for you to say he's going to knock out Lucas Matthysse, what leads you to believe that? Like I said, you guys are living fantasies. I reject your deposit. In the words of Tupac. It's almost like it's like a Rocky movie. You guys watch too many Rocky movies or something. Like, even though Rocky's the underdog, Drago is 6'5", outweighs Rocky. He has a longer reach. You feel that Rocky's going to still tough it out in some way, get beyond all these obstacles, and at the end of the fight, he's going to overcome everything. And like I said, I hate to tell you, but it's not a Rocky movie. Let me tell you something about life. Nobody is going to hit as hard as life. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can keep getting hit and keep moving forward. But that's what it is to you guys. It's a Rocky movie. You guys say some of the dumbest, most outlandish shit. It's funny. It keeps me entertained. I eat crumpet cakes and drink tea and read some of these horrible comments. Like I said, even if you feel Pacquiao will beat Floyd Mayweather, you're not going to even acknowledge the fact that he's a defensive fighter, so it might be competitive. You're just going to say, oh, Floyd's ducking, he'll get knocked out. Or even though Lucas Matthysse hasn't been seriously hurt, you're just going to say Amir Khan knocks him out and he's coming off 2 losses. Get the fuck out of here. Like I said, so that's basically the difference between a real boxing fan and some of you YouTube fans. Again, to sum it up, a real boxing fan is going to be objective. Look at the pros and cons, look at the facts, and then put it all together and then make their comments. So when you come to my channel, please get your facts straight. I had a guy posted a video about Chavez Jr. And as many of you know, he tested positive for having marijuana in his system during the Sergio Martinez fight. Go to the comments on that. There's some guy and he was saying, Chavez Jr. didn't even do a drug test. So what are you talking about? Get your facts straight. So Top Rank CEO Bob Arum is speaking about the incident, yet I just made it up. So it's like I said, you guys be a fan of whoever you want to be a fan of. That's cool. But be realistic. If they fuck up or if you think they have a tough fight ahead of them, be realistic in that. You guys act like these fighters are invincible. It's boxing. Anything could happen. So, again, that's the difference between a real boxing fan and a lot of you YouTube boxing fans. Just so you know. So, I know I'll get a lot of dislikes on this. And like I said, that entertains me. So, keep it up. It's Ego signing off. Till next time. Subscribe, comment, hate, holla.